What up? Oh, he's late. Oh, Marv is not really here. Just offering a thumbs up. Nice today. Finally watched Joker. I haven't seen Joker yet either. Marv, we get to watch the Joker here. Hey, oh. I want to that seemed like an interesting from what I saw of the Joker, um, like previews and I try not to listen to reviews and stuff, but when people were talking about Joker, it seemed to be an interesting approach to a comic character. Um, so kind of like how Logan was a completely different approach to Wolverine as a character, even though it was the same actor. Um, I heard that Joker was a really cool, interesting new way to approach a comic book villain that we all, anybody who knows and loves comic characters. Um, yeah, no, I heard it was really good. So have fun with that, Mark. I appreciate you stopping in and at least giving me the thumb. Wasn't even supposed to do a show tonight. I I said on Monday that I was going to cancel the Saturday show this week, but I think I'm going to cancel the Monday show instead. I wanted to come out and hang out. Um, I got off work, and well, actually, it was a little bit before I got off work. I was like, I think I actually do want to do a show tonight after work and hang out and have some bevies and stuff. But I kind of don't want to do two a week consistently. So I think I might bail on the Monday show this week. We'll see how Monday goes. Monday I might decide to do a show anyway, but right now I'm thinking that Saturday this week is a good day. Um, Even though Monday is supposed to be like the accomplishing things and making stuff show, uh, I feel like maybe just not having one of those this week. Like, I really don't want to get to a place where this this show like energizes me. It feeds me emotionally doing this and hanging out with you guys. And I don't want to get it to a point where I'm like, oh, I got a show. Mm, you know? So I don't want to do 6 or 8 a month. Um, I'd like to keep it to around 3 to 4. Yeah, that'll never happen. I'll never do 3. I mean, but I don't want to do 2 a week every week. So I might just kind of vacillate back and forth between Saturday and Monday. I don't like that idea either because then there's not a consistency that people can like they know that on Monday night they have a show. Um, but I also don't want to go to exclusively Saturdays because there are some Saturdays when I walk out of work and there is no chance that I'm gonna be in any kind of condition to do anything fun on the internet. We'll see. Joker's a villain. Spoilers. Oh, geez. Well, I mean, it depends on your point of view, doesn't it? It's all relative. Joker doesn't think he's a villain, does he? Deep, deep thoughts with Jack Handy. Depends. It depends how you look at things. I mean, some people would say that Thanos was onto something. You know, it's he had some good points. More cuts now. I just constantly have things going on with my fingers. Um, this one, I don't know if it's a cut. It's like right at the base of the nail, so I might have like caught my cuticle on something. It's one of those weird ones where you're like, I don't remember what I did, but it hurts and it's bleeding. It might have just been like I caught my cuticle on the corner of the table at work or something, and it just. But it's like infected. It's not like super infected, like I should go get it looked at, but it didn't get cleaned well, so it's festering. This one is on the inside there. I don't really remember what that one was from, but it was absolutely a woodworking situation. I might have caught it with a chisel or a sharp edge of a piece of wood that had been freshly jointed or something. And this one, yeah, don't remember what that one is either. But it's open. So yes, yeah. The answer is yes. I do have more cuts now. It's only these two fingers. See that I cut down that huge hackberry tree and didn't get a scratch. Look at you. Think that makes you better than me? I'm just not as careful. I guess. I don't know. It is what it is. I get nicks and scratches and stuff all the time. Probably didn't need to have the obnoxiously, like, it makes it super obvious when you've got black Veritas band-aids on your fingers when you do something. I could take all these off and you would never notice that I had cuts, probably, but it's pretty obvious when it looks like that. Not going to be any guitar playing tonight though, because, well, this one especially is actually like pretty sore. Big spalted stabilized hackberry bowl blanks. Ooh. Might send me a couple. Hey, I could do it another mail call tonight. No Paul Waldrop, weirdly enough, doesn't have anything in the mail this week, but I've got a couple of boxes. I've got a padded bag that I don't remember what this is, and a box from William Woodwright, which is pen kits and don't remember that either. I don't remember exactly what I ordered. I know there's at least 10 Maple Leaf kits in here because I do have a custom order for a commission that I needed to get new kits for. And when I'm there ordering stuff, I just tend to throw some extra stuff in the basket. So I don't remember what exactly I ordered from William Woodwright. Black Veritas Band-Aids look like hockey tape. They do. They are probably the same material, actually. They're like a fabric. I have a video, in fact, on my YouTube channel. It's something along the lines of, like, I think I called it, like, are these the world's best Band-Aids? Because they are fantastic. They are like triple long on one end. So you put them on, you put the pad down on whatever you need to cover. It wraps around a little bit this way, and then you can just go a couple times with and they're fabric and they're robust and they don't peel away because you've wrapped them around your fingers a couple of times, and like they fray and stuff, but you can just like snip the little frayed bits off for like a couple of days and they're still like golden. Anytime I'm ordering from Veritas and I don't have at least 2 boxes of Veritas Band-Aids, I just add another one to the cart. Fantastic. Eric Hapakapaka, how you doing, my friend? The only guy whose profile picture has a beard that is comparable. I would like to see a full-size shot of your head, my friend, because it looks like you have a glorious beard as well. Oh, this pack of beer didn't even make it to the fridge. It made it to the workbench. 34.6 degrees. Well, that's what you get for living in Australia in the winter for the rest of us. 34.6 is pretty good. That's pretty warm. What's it? That Fahrenheit, that's about 102-ish, I want to say. Maybe just barely over 100. For our American friends, that's about 100 degrees. Maybe 102, something like that. I want to say like 32-ish is 100. No, that doesn't sound right. I know, I'll get my my assistant Pinnell to look up the Fahrenheit on that, if you would. What's 34.6 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit? Might be about it. It's about 100. If Pinnell happens to still be sticking around, he might have just popped in just so that he could say that he was here and not get reprimanded. Because I'm a slave driver. Like, I crack the whip on my employee when he doesn't show up. So he has to at least make an appearance so that he knows, like, oh, he is here. All right. I'm going to check in once in a while so I know that you're still on the job. Oh, but he's on his phone, so he can't do fact checking and stuff. Okay. Well, we'll never know. We will never know what 34.6 degrees is. Adam Luthi, welcome back, my friend. Do you happen to know what 34.6 degrees Celsius is in Fahrenheit? Let's see. Let me see if I can do this. Adam Luthi is... Tim is the other new guy, and he is in New York. Adam, I think, is Oklahoma. Am I right? Paul says 94. It's only 94. Okay. So 100 is what's 100 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius? Like 36 then? 38? I thought it was, yeah, okay. I don't know. Once it gets over, yeah, 32, once it gets over 32, it starts climbing north of there. I just go like, yeah, no, that's hot. Probably the same way Americans go like 90 is probably like hot. 37.7778 is 100 degrees. Okay. Good to know. Now we've got our baseline. I would venture to say that 90 Fahrenheit means you're pretty warm. 98 crap in Texas, early spring day. Yeah, Saskatchewan too, probably. Adam's just setting up the new CNC today and realized I got a CNC before getting a circular saw. Hey, that's fine. I got a table saw and a bandsaw and a lathe and a drill press and a planer and a jointer before I got a circular saw. I got my first circular saw like a year ago. It's Virginia. There was a new Oklahoma guy. Maybe Adam might have been not as new, because there was one night a couple weeks ago where there were two new guys, and one of them was Tim Mallon from New York, And one of them was another new guy from Oklahoma. Adam might have been a new guy from a couple weeks before that. Paul bought a circular saw. Oh my God, I found my lost circular saw. Yeah, that does happen. Every time you bought a new thing because you lost yours. Yeah. Not every time, but a lot of the time. I've only got the one. I've got the DeWalt cordless 20-volt circ saw, and I don't use it very much. But when I need it, it's handy to have. Paul's thinking about buying a new drill press. Paul's on a new tool kick. Got the jointer like 3 weeks ago. Got the planer 2 weeks ago. Now he's going drill press. I don't have any advice on drill press. My crappy benchtop drill press that was one of my first couple of tools does what I need it to do, and it's I can't really see ever replacing it. But you drew a lot more drilling than me, like doing weight relief and drilling out pickup cavities before routing them and all that stuff. So yeah, I can see that. I got it. I think that thing cost me maybe $120 brand new. And it's going on 6 years. And I don't do a lot of drill pressing. And it goes up and down and spins this way. That's all I need a drill press to do. Looking at the Nova programmable one. He's go big or go home, Paul says. Should get a saw stop drill press. Saw stop doesn't make a drill press. It just seems unnecessary, Paul. Save a couple bucks for shipping stuff to me. No, of all the tools that you need a good one of, I think probably bandsaw and drill press are probably like right up there, right? When I bought my 15-inch Porter cable at Lowe's, it was less than $200. Can't touch a freestanding one now for less than $7. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I don't. Now that I drill, well, I always have. But for people who drill pen blanks on their drill press instead of on their lathe, which I don't really understand why you would do that, but a lot of people do. You want to have that extra throw height for the quill to travel. Oh, we glitched again. But yeah, get the best drill press you can afford. Want to be able to program in things like body cavity depth, ferrule depth, etc. Efficiency. You can pay for efficiencies. Sean McGill, if you were granted an unlimited supply of one wood species. Oh, it's a McGill hypothetical. It's like a Lily hypothetical, but not from Lily. If you were granted an unlimited supply of one wood species, but you would only ever be able to use that species going forward, what would you pick? Could I only use walnut ever again? Because my brain immediately went to walnut, because that's my favorite wood to work with. Bill Krulik, welcome back, my friend. There are times where you wouldn't want your thing to be so dark. But I would also not want to never be able to work without walnut again. Hmm. Miguel, that's mean. Because walnut is I could bleach it if I wanted it to not be so dark. You can bleach walnut. I think I would rather bleach walnut if I didn't want whatever I was making to be dark than have to stain everything I did want to be dark and never again be able to play with walnut. It's got to be. It has to be. Cherry's nice too. That's mean. Never use cherry again. But I get free walnut? Let me go back. Granted an unlimited supply of one wood species. Yeah, okay. Walnut's got to be the answer then. Because it's free forever. Everything you make is now out of walnut. You can never make anything not with walnut. But you have it unlimited and it's just for free. Yep, it's got to be. Turning would get boring. All of my bowls would be walnut. All my pens would be walnut. All my cabinets. That would look sick, though. Just having a shop full of walnut cabinets because you just have a free unlimited supply. It would be very dark. You would want to paint the walls really bright white and have a lot of light. You can bleach walnut. Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be walnut. It's a really good question, though, because I did have to think through it. I almost came down sort of halfway in between and go with like a mahogany of some kind so that it's lighter than walnut. Generally, you can use lighter shades of walnut. It's got to be walnut because there are some lighter shades of walnut as well. Like walnut isn't always super dark chocolatey brown. Sometimes it's like a lighter brown. And if you needed some red tinge like you would get in a mahogany or something, you can just add a little bit of red to your finish. And yeah, it's got to be walnut. Wild Turkey Day today, celebrating my 61st birthday. That a guy. Way to make it to another year. Happy birthday. Eric picks camphor laurel. That's the wrong answer. Wrong answer. No wrong answer to it. No, there are wrong answers to that question. Pine would be the wrong answer to that question. Douglas fir would be the wrong answer to that question. Even maple's the wrong answer. There are a lot of wrong answers to that question. I don't know enough about camphor laurel to say that that's the wrong answer, but it is because the right answer is walnut. This house is full of it. Oh, the bathroom's kitchen. Well, you'd think you'd be sick of it by now. So you go with purple gum or one of those other weird ass Australian woods. Mari. Jax really likes Mari. It would be cool to only ever make anything out of like an exotic, rich, like ebony. How about I pick ebony? And everything I make is jet black, but I have an unlimited supply of ebony for the rest of my life. But everything I make is jet black from now on. Just full cabinetry and it's just ebony bowls, and I'm just turning away the ebony. And the internet's yelling at me. And I'm like, shut up, it's free. And it would match my band-aids. Yeah. Maybe I change my answer to ebony. I have an unlimited supply of ebony, but I can only ever use ebony. Everything I make is jet black. But some of it is cool. It has a little like streaks of white and stuff in it. I think we're going a little bit wild though, because under what circumstance? I mean, to be fair, under what circumstance would I have an unlimited free supply of walnut? So since we're in make-believe world, I could handle only using ebony, but having as much ebony as I ever want. I think I'll still go with walnut just from ease of use though. Because walnut is actually also fun to work with. Can't imagine ebony being a fun thing to work with. In terms of full boards that you're making cabinets and stuff out of. Get them really mad. Pick Brazilian rosewood. Put a wood stove. It's like just throw my scraps. And the scraps would be like, I got more. You go through a lot of tools or a lot of sharpening with ebony. Yeah, that's where I got to eventually. I had to work through it. And you like just the fact that walnut is also like it's beautiful. The color is great. The grain is great. It's great to work. It makes beautiful things. You can bleach it to lighten it up. You can tint it if you want it to go into a shade of red or something else. It's got to be walnut, but ebony is a fun thought experiment. Or rosewood. At Home Depot, they have 3/4 plywood sand for $69 and poplar for $71. I don't know what sanda is. Which would make the better cart for tools? Well, the poplar plywood? I mean, the better cart for tools. The better quality the plywood is, the better. I can't say without knowing exactly, because 3/4 plywood. I don't know what sandy is. Sanda. I can't say without looking at it. More plies, less voids. If you look at the edge of it and it's got holes, like where there's missing chunks of wood, that's bad. The more plies it has in the 3/4 inch plywood, generally the better quality it's going to be. I think if you're talking about tool cart, I don't know that it's really that important. Tool cart for the shop, between $69 and $71 for 3/4. I don't think it's that big a difference. If you were talking about the difference between like a $70 panel and a $110 panel, I would say the $110 panel is going to be better. Plywood is one of those things where you do kind of get what you pay for. If you guys don't listen to Shannon Rogers' Lumber Industry Update podcast, I recommend you do that, because he's in the lumber industry, obviously, by the name. And he does a really good show, like breaking down information on wood. He's got a really good episode on plywood. Talks about manufacturing processes and sourcing material. And he is of the opinion that, like, if the less you pay, the more steps and quality was skipped along the way. So get the best that you can afford that suits the project. For a tool cart in your shop, cheaper's fine. Just keep in mind that you might find a void when you're drilling screws in, but it'll bite. It's not, Poplar's plywood and sandy is a softwood. Yeah, okay, so go with the poplar. It'll be better. But it's shop cart. I don't know that but I also probably wouldn't care to save the $2 a sheet either. I'd pay the extra $2 a sheet and get the better sheet. Poplar's a hardwood, but it's a soft ass hardwood. So go with the poplar. It will last longer than the sandy. Yep. Unless you're painting the whole thing anyway, and then you're not really even worried about the actual surface of the balsa's a hardwood. Yeah, it's a soft ass hardwood though, isn't it? Be a flip cart from a drum sander and planer. Can you find some more money for the plywood? Because now I'm worried, because both of those tools vibrate a lot, and at $70 American is 90-ish Canadian. I would be worried about the quality of those panels, my friend, with tools on them and running and vibrating, and they're maybe skimping out on the glue between those plies, and it starts to delaminate on you, and you've got mechanical things that are spinning to get one up when you want it. Yeah, go with the best panel that you can justify spending your money on. Oh, maple. You guys don't get decent like maple ply down there? Like a decent maple, a 3/4 inch maple ply. I don't know what it costs now, but like that probably is like the poplar equivalent in Canada. Before I buy anything, I'll check with the plywood supplier in Jacksonville to see what they have. Just more plies, the better. And yeah, and spend as much as you can justify on something that's going to be mechanically turning up and down and having tools on it that vibrate. And I would probably edge trim those edges of things just to give it the best chance. Well, here's what you do. Use the poplar plywood and the wooden things and stuff Starbond code. Buy a bunch of glue and soak the wood. There you go. Just soak it in Starbond using the Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff discount code. Good call. Depot does have oak for 95. I don't think, I think you're putting too much emphasis on the wood type, where the emphasis what you should be worried about is the number of plies in a 3/4 inch sheet. Because if the poplar is 9 plies and the oak is 6, the poplar is going to be better. Because what you want is more layers of cross grain wood making up that thickness to give it robustness. The wood, whatever wood it's made out of is probably only referring to the face of it anyway. It's like the face veneer of whatever they're making their plywood out of. Timothy Malin. He's late as usual. Just got home from a day out with friends, going to old building salvage stores. Hey, sweet. We were just talking about you earlier as being one of the new guys. Mark uses the Wooden Things and Stuff discount code for the local beer and wine. I didn't even know that was a thing. Why aren't I using that? Why am I not using my own discount code at the beer and wine? They should tell me if that's a thing that's on offer. I made my flip cart out of construction grade plywood. It was free. There you go. Had a planer and a 12-inch sander on it with an oak dowel to spin, and it worked fine for 3 years. Okay. I want to overbuild everything. That's, especially if it's going to have like moving parts and vibrating machines. Fisher has great plans for a flip cart. Yeah, there's lots of great plans for flip carts. I don't have one, but I'm a noob, and I'll be a noob until someone replaces me. Yes, you will. We need another new guy to come in so that Tim can be like a vet. Because you and Oklahoma came in the same night as new guys. So you guys are now still, you get to be new guys until we get more new guys. Matthias does not have plans for a flip cart. What? Well, how's that possible? That doesn't seem right. Do I remember where you're from? Yeah, you're from the upstate New York, in the Hudson Valley, near Connecticut. I'm okay. I'm okay at things sometimes like that. I do. Most people actually, I don't remember as specifically in terms of like the area of their state. Like I know that Amy's in California, and I want to say Northern California, but I don't know, maybe not. Kapla's in Florida, Pinnell's on the east coast of Canada, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, either one of the ends over on the east coast. I think Nova Scotia. Yeah, he's just outside Halifax. Fearsome Warrior is Matt, and he is in Wisconsin. Nope, Minnesota. Paul's in Plano, Texas. Yeah, I have a fairly good. Mark Bergen is from just over there, like 3 blocks over that way. Mike Bennett's from like 7 blocks over that way when he shows up. Adam Luthi was stationed near the Canadian border in upstate New York. Okay. I believe you. As far as the state, the Kapla lives in the state of confusion. It's a fine place to be, my friend. That's a fine place to be. I don't live there, but I visit frequently. Like, more often than I should, really. We're 40 minutes into the show, and we haven't done anything. We haven't said anything of value. Let's pop open some things. That's not true. We did the hypothetical question about what's the only wood if you could only ever use one wood again, but you got it forever for free. We did that. That was fun. I have no idea what this is. It came from Markham, Ontario. It's addressed to me. Doesn't have Amazon stuff on it. I don't know what I've done here. I don't know what I ordered. What is this? Okay, it wasn't Amazon. It just wasn't it didn't come in an Amazon. It's like from an independent seller. This is my gold Tune-O-Matic bridge for the guitar that we're working on together on the show. Music Lily. Gold bridge and saddle. So now I've got my gold tuners, my gold bridge, my gold strap button, my gold. Did I get the input jack plate yet? Might still need my jack plate. Decided I'm not doing gold frets. Because it would look too gaudy and ornamental. Might have just about everything. Paul sent me potentiometers. We got to decide on a pickup still. And I can either use one of the ones that I already have, or we can order one especially for it, if that's the way that we decide to go. This is the William Woodwright box that I only remember some of what's in. Yeah, what's in here? Slim Max Click Pen 2.0. There's a bunch of Slim Max Click Pen 2.0s. What's that? 5-pack? Hey, there's some more of these. Slim Max Click Pen. Some rose gold. We got some chameleon. What is that? Oh. What did I order? Oh, and this is like a starter kit because it comes with a drill point or a drill bit. Drill. Oh, this is the Brad Point drill bit for the Slim Max Click Pen 2.0. What's chameleon? chrome to me. Oh yeah, that's chrome. Okay, it's one of these multi. You buy the starter kit, and you get like one of each. Oh yeah, the chameleon. It's like that sort of like oil slick, color changey stuff. Chameleon. We've got chrome. We've got the bushings for that pen. We've got gunmetal, everybody's favorite gunmetal. Rose gold. Ooh, red. That's cool. Got the red hardware for the Slim Max. And what's that? Matte black. Ooh. Okay, so we got 6 chrome, red, rose gold, gunmetal, matte black, and chameleon. The bushings and the drill bit for the Slim Max Click Pen 2.0. Sweet. Those probably aren't going to go back in there. So, new pen to try. And then I've got a bunch of extra ones. I got some more rose gold. You know what? I bet these were like on like last chance discount. We're blowing them out because we're not going to carry them anymore. Deal or something. Because this seems weird to me that I would have done this, unless it was like. Because every time I go there, I go to the clearance tab. That has to be what happened. Got some more chrome. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of the Slim Max Click Pen 2.0. Like a whole bunch. Some more gunmetal. I get like 30 of these fuckers? Like. And these ones are the ones that I actually went there to order. Are the Maple Leaf bundles. Because I got a commission for 10 Maple Leafs. And I needed more kits. Here is the pen mill shaft. 8mm pen mill shaft, which tells me that these Slim Max Click pens are probably 8mm, because otherwise why would I have bought this? Okay, cool. So I got my Maple Leafs that I went to there to order. And then I got like, what, 30 of this new kind of pen. And the drill bit and the bushings and the pen mill. So there, Paul. Apparently I'm just going to refuse to use the thing that you sent me on my oscillating belt sander. Because I'm still ordering pen mill bits. Got a few Chameleon Sierra kits. They look cool. I mean, it's kind of like oil slicky looking thing. I got a bunch of Slim Max too. Better than Slimline. Okay. Oh, it looks more complicated though. You like have to put together the mechanism. What is this about? What's this? We got a loose spring in this bag with this white piece. What the hell? I don't want to have to like build the mechanism. I have to read the instructions. No problem. I will get around to using it eventually. RTFM. Penel spends too much time on Reddit, I think. I don't know what RTFM is. Robotic Trim Foundational Mechanism. Chameleon would look wicked with those multicolored acrylic blanks, you said. Cool. Read the effing manual. RTFM. Well, maybe not live on the show. Anyway, I've got about, I don't know, I got the starter kit, probably so I could get the bushings and the drill bit. And then I got a bunch of extra ones. What do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16. I got about 20 Slim Max Click 2.0s. And the bushings and the drill bit and the end mill. So maybe one of these weeks we will try the Slim Max Click pen on the show. I do prefer a click pen to a twist pen, personally. I don't know if does anybody really like a twist pen over a click pen, because I've always preferred a click to a twist in terms of my own use of pens. I kind of like that. I'm digging the look of this red, this like sort of anodized red, the woodpeckers red, anodized aluminum looking one. JSENL. I cannot agree. I don't agree, Kapla, with JSENL. No way. Bill Krulik says he's a click pen too. Depends on the pen. Favorite is the Vertex kit. Has a magnetic lid and neither twist nor oh, so you like a lid on the, and then the lid comes off, goes on the back end. You prefer the lid that removes. I lose pen lids. I don't like a lidded pen because I lose pen lids. Twists always close up on me when I'm writing. Clicks won't. I have heard that a lot of people, just the way that they write, for some reason, just naturally untwists or like closes pens when they use them if they are twist pens. I tried making 2 now for my boss at work, and she's like, it just keeps closing, like it just like it retracts. When I was like, well, maybe I got a garbage transmission in that one or something. But then I made her another, and she tried another one, and it went in too. And I was just like, just the way you write like untwists the pen as you're using it. So you need clicks. I don't have that problem. I just want to be able to put it away by going. And yes, I just stabbed myself in the tit with my marking knife. By demonstrating that I want to click and then put it in my apron. I stabbed myself. Just get a Veritas Band-Aid. I don't think anyone bought anything from Pen Kit Mall. I have not. I recommend, if you are into turning pens and you are on Facebook, there's a really good and supportive group of people on there in a group called, you'd have to look up the specifics of it. It's something along the lines of like pen turning and learning, pens turning and learning group or something like that. And that's a great place to go, like, show off your stuff and ask for advice on where to get kits or like that kind of stuff. It's Pen Kits and Turning and Learning Club. I don't remember. It doesn't help if you're not on Facebook anyway, but bought an expensive Taylor Mersfeld pen kit. It twists, had to add tape to the transmission to get it to work with the cap. And it was expensive? Shouldn't have to add tape to stuff that's expensive. Pens, turning and learning. That's what it is. McGill's got it. It's a good group. There's people selling blanks on there. There's people just like showing off their stuff and asking for help. There's always people asking for recommendations on what kit I should use with this wood. And people are like, it's not one of those asshole places on Facebook where you just get jerks yelling at each other. It's good. There are a few cool places on Facebook to hang out. That's one of them. There aren't very many. There are a couple. I joined. So I recently, when I started running for council, I joined Reddit because there's a Campbell River subreddit. I wanted to see like what people were talking about because maybe they're not interested in what I'm talking about. And I could go on there and talk about the city's problems and stuff with people and whatever. And I won't say I've like explored Reddit, but I've joined a couple of pages, groups. I don't know what they're called. And one that I just joined a little while ago, like a couple days ago actually, was the cello Reddit. And I don't know if that was a good idea, if what I want to do is build a cello. Cellists are serious. Like they're super supportive of each other about like, like, but they don't seem to be like a lot of fun. They're all talking about how hard it is and like you should always have a teacher because you'll never learn this on your own and all this. It's pretty. And you like spend as much as you can on a good cello because otherwise it's shit. And so it's kind of like, yeah, it's. Did you say cello to them when you joined? I haven't said anything in there because I'm a little bit like I maybe should change my mind on whether cello is a thing that I want to look into because talking about like getting physically injured by playing cello because of like how hard it, like how physically difficult it is to do and stuff. I'm just like, damn, I don't want that. I'm already not in great shape. I cause myself permanent back injury by playing this instrument. Like, turning pen seems too advanced for a noob like you. I'll stick to segmented bowls. You stay in your lane, Kapla. Don't you dare venture out into more advanced techniques like pens. They may look down on you if you build your own. Well, they're making me think that it's impossible too. Like, based on all of like I'm scrolling through and I'm going through all the threads and discussions and stuff, and it sounds like nobody thinks that that's a thing you can just do. And now I can't imagine, like, it's getting me doubting myself. Like, how am I ever even going to know if I'm doing, like, because I don't play cello. So, like, I can't even be like, well, I know what a cello is supposed to do. I don't know what a cello is supposed to do. I'd be going off, like, measurements from a cello and trying to, like, I don't know. I should not have joined. What I'm saying is I should not have joined the cello subreddit. if I wanted to actually do that, because it's making me not want to do that. But who cares if I fail at making a cello? I've failed at lots of things. They're full crap. I built a violin that my son used when he was in orchestra, and it sounded better than some of the store-bought ones. Yeah, but I don't know how it's supposed to sound. I mean, I guess it's no different than you building guitars. You don't play guitar. Yeah, maybe if I had, like, if anybody else within 100 miles was making cellos, and I could go, like, hang out for an afternoon and ask questions and stuff, maybe. I don't know. Join a luthier group. I am in the subreddit luthier as well, but it's few and far between people that are making, like, classic orchestral instruments. It's a lot of, like, how do I fix this? And the photo of, like, a broken headstock or a crack in a neck or something. It's a lot of that. And a lot of, like, wiring diagrams. It's a cool place to be too. Like, there's a lot of good information in there. I haven't seen anybody making a cello. No guts, no glory, Bill says. Well, that was the general idea when I decided that I should probably build a cello. Was like, no, fuck it, you know? Cellos are awesome. I would like to own one. I can build one significantly cheaper than I could buy one for. I know me. I had another glitch. I know me, and I've also, like, had a long time struggle with, like, self-confidence and doubt and that kind of thing, and questioning myself. So it's probably mostly that I'm just, like, getting cold feet and being like, no, you can't do this, idiot. I'm gonna finish the 3 guitars that I'm currently working on, and then I'll decide whether that's a thing that I want to launch into. I do still really want to do it, but it is, like, the information that I'm finding about doing that makes it seem less and less like a thing that I should be wasting my time doing. Well, it's making it sound like it's going to be a waste of time for me to do it. And I don't, as much fun as this is out here in the shop, I don't want to put 6 months into making something that is shit. Like, would you want to put 6 months of your hard work and your heart and soul into something that turns out shit? Because I don't want to do that. But I have no way of knowing. Like, that's one of my biggest things with it, is, like, I'm not gonna know. Like, I'm not gonna know if it's shit because I don't know what it's supposed to be. Bill says just go for it. Yeah, we'll see. Jack Hendricks, Oklahoma. A fiddle with inlay LEDs that change with the notes played. No, you're gonna have to go to Bob for that one. Bob, what's his last name? I like to make stuff, Bob. What's it? Why can't I remember Bob's last name right now? Claggett. Bob Claggett might be able to do that. He's not really a woodworker, though. I don't know. The violin part or the fiddle part might be harder for Bob. I could do a collab with Bob. I could make the fiddle, and he can do the LED part. That would get me. If I did a collab with Bob Claggett, that would get me over 10,000 subscribers. I don't know what he's at, but it's ridiculous. He's doing really well. He's got a team of employees and shit. Bob does. Bob made a couple guitars last year. Yes, he did. One of them was a kit build. Be fair, one of them was a kit build. And I think one of them was a repaint, wasn't it? Has he ever made a guitar from scratch? I don't think he has. I don't know that I've seen Bob make a guitar from scratch. It doesn't seem like a Bob thing to do. I could see he does. I know that he's repainted some. I know that he did a kit build for the Great Guitar Build-Off. And I could see him modifying a guitar to put like LEDs and like a Raspberry Pi or something in it so you could play video games and shit on it or something. That's a Bobby kind of a thing to do, but I could be wrong. Bob might have built a guitar from scratch. I had to go back to see what Bob said, that people are agreeing with it. I'm 70 and fear is worse than failure. Yeah. Yeah. And the fear of failure is a hard thing to get around to. I'm not really that afraid to fail at stuff. If it's little, like if it's not, like I don't want to fail at 6 months of effort. Like that would be soul crushing. So the fear of failure on a project like that is, I think, more important. I think, yeah, that's a healthy fear. I want to be afraid of screwing something up if it's going to take half of my year to do it. Look at the plans I sent you before you give up on your cello dream. You just sent me? Okay. I downloaded like an old book that was like build a cello, and it's got drawings and stuff in it. I'm not giving up on my dream. Like I don't want people to get under the misconception that I'm just giving up on building a cello. It's just that I am not as enthusiastic mainly about learning how to play the cello after I make it. I could make a cello shaped thing and have it be cello like sitting in the corner of a room, but I don't really see the point in that. Like if I make one, I'm going to want to play it. Everybody that plays cello is making it sound like this is a fucking hard thing to do. And I'm not good at dedicating myself to stuff like that either. So you need to rewatch your GGBO final video. No, it's going in my head right now. Like I'm talking myself through this whole like doubt and failure monologue right now in my head. And I know, like, but at the same time, like there's a lot of things that I could be spending my time doing and be like happier with the final result and having spent my time doing those things. Yeah. I appreciate that, Paul. I appreciate you reminding me that these are definitely thoughts that I've had before. Using a bow and being a fretless instrument does make it challenging. Yeah, but at least I don't have to fret it. I don't have to put metal in the damn neck. That's great. I like that idea. Stand-up bass? Yeah, it's the same argument. It's the same quandary. I mean, I don't know how to play that. I don't know how it's supposed to be made. I would just be taking measurements off one that exists already and trying to do something similar to that. And I wouldn't even necessarily know if I'm successful. It's it is what it is. It's still in the dream phase of things. I still have the wood picked out for it that I'm not going to do anything else with until I decide I'm never making a cello. Um, it's still on the list of things I would like to do, but it is moved down the priority list, which is fine because I have way more important things to make, like a shop stool. Yeah, you guys remember that? This I fell off it the other day, hurt myself. Maybe that's where one of these came from. I sat on it and it shimmied, and I went off down there. Every time a customer comes up with a strange guitar, I take it on because it's wood and I have a vision so I can make it. Yeah. I'll build a cello alongside you out of pallet wood. We're doing like a team build. We'll each make ourselves a cello. That would be a great like YouTuber challenge. 2024 YouTuber challenge. Build a cello from scratch. Who's in? Bob? I challenge Bob Claggett, Jimmy DeResta, and Paul Waldrop, Tyler Peterson, Matthias Wandel, good point, Pinnell, John Heiss. I don't want him involved. The Mythbusters guy, he's super huge. Adam Savage. I challenge all these huge people and Tyler and Paul to build a cello from scratch in 2024. Sean says, if you need any measurements, let me know. He does. You do own a four-quarter cello. Do you play? Like, do you know how difficult this instrument is to make sound good? Because that's really my main sticking point at this point is like, if I make this thing, I won't even be able to figure out if it's garbage because it'll just sound like shit. But maybe that's me because it's really hard to play a cello. And everybody who plays cello is making it sound like it's really hard to play cello. But why wouldn't they? Because they want to look impressive. I've tried to learn you can make nice sounds if any stringed instrument. I like that. You can make nice sounds if you play any stringed instrument. That's all I want is to make nice sounds. Like I'm not trying to join an orchestra and play Bach. Like I'm not trying to be Yo-Yo Ma. Like I just want it to if I can find the fingerings of like a few notes and play it in the background of a couple of songs that I've recorded or something, like that's enough for me. I'm not gonna ever be going on stage and playing it for people, but I want to be able to this is G and this is like a C and whatever, and I could play along with a couple of things and make it not sound shitty. Strings require a lot more pressure when fretting, which is where the injuries probably come from. Yeah, somebody posted a picture on the stupid Reddit thing the other day. They were like, I've been playing for 20 years and look at this enormous like knot that I got in my hand the other day from like 10 minutes of practicing. I'm like, what the shit? Thing looked like a golf ball. I'm like, like what? Break their superiority complex. Yeah, like new guy, idiot woodworker guy made his own cello and it's super easy. Idiots. My brother played cello when he was in junior high school, but that was more than 60 years ago. Is a cello and a stand-up bass the same instrument? It's not the same instrument. It's the same structure. Like it's the same concept. It's a relatively large. That stand-up bass is bigger, but it's the same. It's a hollow-bodied thing with a neck on it and a high-ass bridge where the strings go, and a stand-up bass generally you pluck instead of bow. But yes, it's a similar idea. If it's tuned in CGDA, it's tuned in CGDA, which is a little different than guitar. So, yes, if I could even get it tuned to that, because I made the damn thing, I might not be able to get a D out of it. I think it's still an adventure I want to go on. I really do. I just don't know, like, I don't even know who I could get to test it to see, like, is this thing playable? Because I wouldn't want to try to learn on a cello I made if the cello is not playable. So I'd have to find somebody to tell me this thing is garbage, you can't learn to play on this. At which point I would probably just suffer crippling depression and be like, I guess I'm never going to learn cello. You know, like, because I'm absolutely, after I spend 6 months making a cello, I'm absolutely not spending $3,000 on a cello because I really want to learn it. It's got to be a local music school with someone you can talk to. That's funny. No, there are no local music schools. There are local classical musicians. They're like one of our local high school music instructors is an accomplished musician. He plays piano, but he would be who I would go to ask advice on something like that. He might know somebody, but I would guess that person would probably have to travel from Victoria, or I would have to bring it down to Victoria. I don't think there's a cellist on this island outside of Victoria. No, that's not true. Nanaimo might have a cellist. Talk to a music teacher at your school and see. Yeah, exactly. And like, I would go to Kolya Kowalchuk. He is probably like the biggest name in Campbell River classical music instruction. He might know somebody, and if he says, "Yeah, no, my friend plays cello, he's great," then yeah, I'm in luck. But I would be surprised. The double bass is the only modern bowed stringed instrument that is tuned in fourths. Jesus. Rather than fifths. With strings usually tuned to E1, A1, D2, and G2. Why would you do that? It's got to be a reason. I'm not I'm not a music theorist. Sounds dumb to me though. I like, what was it? CGDA. I like that. Because then at the very least, you can make a major chord. You can make an open major chord. You can do a lot with just one finger in that tuning. You can, yeah, because if you can then find C, G, D inside of those, you don't need to find very many notes while you're fretting it to be able to make a lot of chords out of that. I'm more encouraged now. So you pull across C, G. Oh, you can pull over one string or a pair. C, G, G, D, D, A, or any singles. Yeah. And you can pair anything with a G by just going on the C string. And if you know where you are on the C string, you can pair it with a G. And you can pair it with a D by being on that. Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. I am more encouraged at the concept. I'm probably going to hurt my shoulder or something, or get a tennis elbow. But I'm back to the point where I think this is maybe a thing. Like, the percentage chance is now much higher than it was before we talked. Just remember when playing, if you dingle when you dangle, just take the time to change the angle. Well, you can never angle the dangle of the fangle when you dingle your shingle. Y'all talking Greek. Yeah, sorry, Jack. I just, in my head, I was working through note combinations. You want to talk about football? I don't have it. The guitar, the current guitar is no further along than it was the last time we spoke. It's in exactly the same place as it was. Oh, well, it's not in the same physical place. It's now over on the bed of my lathe. It is right there, sitting on the bed of my lathe in its respective parts, waiting for me to start thinning out the neck a little bit and then radiusing the fretboard, gluing the top to the back of the body, routing the net pocket, etc., etc. That's it. Yeah, nothing has changed on the guitar. But probably at this point, I'm going to say probably canceling the Monday show this week, just to take a break. Just to, I needed to hang out with my friends on the internet after work today and have some Bevvies, but I don't want to keep doing 2 a week and then grow to resent doing the live show. So I'm probably going to take a break from Monday this week and just do tonight. It will be the show for this week. It's possible, if you weren't here earlier when I talked about it, it's probable, in fact, that on Monday I'll look at the clock and be like, you should probably do a live show tonight. It'll be fun. But right now, I'm thinking Monday might be done. What are you drinking? Doesn't look like Sleeman's. It's not Sleeman's. It is the Phillips Blue Buck. It's kind of the, I would say it's the secondary beer of the Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff channel. It's the darker, richer, more flavorful beer when I need to go that direction. I do have Sleeman's, but this is, it just felt like a little bit more of a dark night tonight. Something that tastes a little deeper and a little richer. Kapla signing off. Guess I won't see you on Monday if you're not here. It's true. If I am here, then maybe we'll see you. No guarantees. Right now, I'm leaning towards not, but we'll see how the rest of the weekend goes and how Monday goes. Should try the Zoom again. Yeah, like at some point we should like open a Zoom call where we can all like talk about stuff and join in and see each other. I'm having cottage cheese with bacon bits and an iced coffee. That made me sad. It made me sad to read that. Kapla, you can host like before. Yeah, we'll get one figured out one night after the live show. We'll figure out something if people want to join in. If there's interest, I'm happy to join into a live Zoom if people want to keep chatting after the live show. If depending on the night. Tonight, no, I'm not showing up. But because I just worked all day. But maybe on a Monday show, we could do an after party on Zoom. Just had 2 raisin cookies. See, that makes me sad too. Somebody tell me that they just ate something awesome. And it was like a deep fried chicken breast drizzled in Monterey Jack cheese or something like. But now, what do you have for dinner? Raisin cookies, cottage cheese. God, come on. All right. Later, Kapla. We'll see you again soon. No, see, I don't even cottage cheese itself. Just like makes me want to. The thought of putting cottage cheese in my mouth. Korean short ribs. McGill's got me. Now we're talking. Get ready. Chick-fil-A is about to have fried cauliflower sandwiches. Well, it doesn't affect me in any way because we do not have Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A? How do you actually say it? Is it Chick-fil-A? I've always assumed it was Chick-fil-A. Wait, is it Chick-fil-A? It's a stupid name for a restaurant, anyway. Chick-fil-A? Chick-A-Y-E? Chick-fil-A? Really? Now it's even stupider. Or is that A? A-Y-E? A like the fawn said. Chick-fil-A. Yeah, okay. So I was right. It's Chick-fil-A. It's a stupid name for a restaurant anyway. Well, and restaurant needs to be in air quotes anyway, doesn't it? It's like, it's basically like, isn't it garbage KFC? Like, isn't it like, or is it like, here he goes, making statements about things he doesn't know anything about. Isn't it like the Taco Bell of KFCs? Does that make sense? Now, KFC is the Taco Bell of chicken. I don't know where where Chick-fil-A lands on the hierarchy of gross fast food. They taste pretty good, but they're real right-wingy restaurant. I've heard that too. I've heard that they're very supportive of ultra right things and whatever. I'm not going to judge food based on the assholeness of the people who make the food. No, that's not true. I have done that in the past. And I'm not going to get into political right wing, left wing. The extremes of both sides of right and left, they're all. I mean, they're assholes. They're the extreme left and the extreme right on the political spectrum are all assholes, as far as I'm concerned. No, it's the bomb. Jack Hendricks says it's awesome. I didn't know that. I thought it was gross. I thought it was like the Taco Bell of chicken places. But then like I said, then KFC is kind of like the Taco Bell of chicken places. The right wingers are upset because of the fried cauliflower sandwiches. Why would you get upset that a restaurant made a thing that you don't want to eat? Just don't eat it. Dude, I'm a right winger. As long as you're not super over there, like I said, the way over there on both sides are all just insane. Just like there can be no other way of looking at the world other than mine, and everyone who doesn't want the way that I want the world to be might as well just die, because it'll make the world a better place. Like, that's just a shitty way of looking at the world. And that's, like I said, that's the people on the outsides of both pendulum swings. Call that middle of the road kind of libertarian. I come down somewhere on the middle. I come down on the left side in some social programs. We should not let people starve to death in the streets kind of ideas. And I come down on the right side of things is like, we probably shouldn't be spending ourselves into a crippling debt that's going to like cripple future generations. Like, but there are ways to, like, we can healthily debate these things. Once you get too far on either side of the middle, these people cannot healthily debate these things. They might as well just be throwing punches at each other. What now? Oh, good politics. Yeah, it might be just about time to sign off. Just stop being assholes to each other. That's all. That's all we should need to stop being assholes to each other. Start listening to each other's things on all the sides of all the aisles. Start listening to each other's views on things and talking about things in nice, productive ways to look for solutions. Which religion is best? But now the one that meets your needs. Whichever one gets you to where you want to go, Hendrix says. No, the best religion. Sorry, I was just gonna pick one and just pretend like, but I couldn't. Yeah, you're both right. Whichever one works for you. Just whichever one works for you. My religion is let's take care of each other. Let's see what we can do to take care of each other and make the world the best place it can be. We love it. Life's too short to worry about religion. But if worrying about religion makes you a better person than you would be otherwise, who am I to say? If your religion ends up making you a worse person than you would be otherwise, I have a problem with it. But that's the same with your political views. If your political views make you a shittier person than you would be otherwise without those political views, I have a problem with it. Let's just stop being assholes to each other. Start coming together to make some positive change in the world. You know who the problem is, really. Oh, he's going to go off about capitalism. No, he's not. He's going to leave that alone, and he's not going to say that the wealthy are the problem with the world. He's not. Let's talk about router bits. I got a whole whack of new pens. 8mm, apparently, Slim Max Click Pen 2.0 in biodegradable bags. We'll make. I'll prep some blanks at some point in the. I almost said it this week. I'll prep some blanks and we'll try that, but that's it. I've met me. That's not going to happen. I'll put them aside. We'll get to them eventually. Are you sure you can turn something other than a slimline? Yes. How sure am I? Like 80%. I have turned a fair number of not slimline pens. I would venture a guess and say that 80% of my pens have probably been slimline pens. But that means that I've probably done 40 not slimline pens. Because I probably have done 100 and yeah, probably somewhere around 150 slimlines at this point. I'm probably at about 200 pens altogether. And between the Concava and the Maple Leaf, I still haven't done that other one that I got, the Virage, that I still have kits that I still haven't tried. But between Maple Leaf and Concava, probably have done 20, 30 of those. So maybe a little bit less than 20%. Got my big saw hands from Veritas. Hey! Still has a ding, but it's smaller. Okay. So you got a replacement that's smaller, but it still has a ding? Just put it to use. You're going to drop it on the floor and put a ding in it at some point. Just put it to work. It's like when you build a new workbench, the first thing you should do is just smack it with a hammer, or like just fire a chisel at it. Just put a big gouge in it so you're not so precious about it. Turned a few when we first started 7 years ago for presents. Haven't turned any since. Yeah, well, they pay for my shop, so I make more money from cranking those out, especially per hour. Like, they are easily my biggest per hour moneymaker. I'm fine with it. It's less obvious. Went from half an inch to an inch size crown. Get it cutting wood. You're never gonna. Why are you looking at your saw and how pretty it is anyway? Get it working, and you shouldn't care what it looks like. I can understand that about making money off them. Find your niche. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I can crush out a batch of 50 slimline pens in a week and make $25 each off of them. I'm not making that kind of money with anything else in the shop. I'd looked into turning pens without the kits, but I'd still need to find reeds and nibs from somewhere. Fountain pens specifically. Mr. Waldrop has fountain pen recommendations, I think. He's done some of those, and he's sold them for $250 a pop or some nonsense. RJB wood turner. There you go. We got, see that we're building a community. We're helping each other out. RJB wood turner. Sweet. Got a new resource. I'm moving up. I'm moving up in the world to Slim Max Click 2.0. We get wrapping this one up before I go off about like what's the best country or something, like some other nonsense that people can fight about. I would, you know what, since we're talking, we have been touching on a couple of seriousness over the last little while. I would like to take a moment to just recognize that thousands of people have died in natural disaster in Syria and Turkey. And it's nobody's fault. It's one of those things where it's like it's more tragic because it's just the natural movement of the earth, and the place that they happen to live when the earth did what it did. And fucking Syria just cannot, like, so if you're a fan of a religion, and if you want to do a praying thing, the people of Syria and Turkey could probably use it. About an R2 or whatever rounded square cover. Oh yeah. With the slightly curved radius carbide cutter. It's a good way. It's like, I probably will never buy another flat carbide cutter, because that just slight radius just peels those back corners away just enough that it's so much smoother. Okay, so let's wrap it up, I guess, for tonight and possibly this week. Because I'm not going to grab a guitar because this one can't. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, everybody. Be kind to each other. Do what you can to make the world a better place. Bye for now. We'll see you when we see you. It's possible it's Monday, but it's probable that it's. See, there's a 60 to 70% chance that I don't see you all until Monday next. So might skip Monday, might skip next Saturday and go straight to the Monday after that. But stay tuned. We'll see. We'll see how I feel on any given day, and you guys can either like it or not. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming. Sorry it got political and religious, and no, I'm not. Sorry about that.